Best friend, 28M. Never disclosed he was FWB with the girl, 26F. He set me up with. I, 28M, am horrified. It's been 6 months. Things between GF and I are pretty serious, and now I feel gross. Before meeting my current girlfriend, I had been single for a long while. I had several really rough relationships where we just didn't work, and it was sad. I had been on the dating apps, and it was draining my will to date. Just horrible experiences, and I felt like I was just making myself depressed. My best friend said he knew this girl who felt the same way about online dating, had some really bad experiences, and was perfect for me. We hit it off almost right away. Our first day was amazing. Our second date was amazing. We went from strangers to seeing each other twice a week. She asked to put off the physical part of our relationship, and no joke, for 2 months we didn't have sex. We didn't have sex until we went away for the first time. We were in a hotel room, and it was so awkward. Never have sex for the first time when you're also staying at a hotel together for the first time. We got into a groove, and I think we'd both say that we have a great sex life. It's been 6 months. Things are going great. We had our first mini vacation together, and not long ago, she told me she loved me, and I quickly followed. Cut to Sunday, and my friends and I are talking. My best friend is busting the chops of another friend. It was in good fun, but he made a joke that our other friend took a little too seriously, so, as retribution, he turned to me and told me that my best friend, the guy who introduced me to the girl I am in love with, was not only her FWB, but they had one last sexual encounter between our first and second date. I nearly threw up. I know she had a FWB situation, and after our second date, she told me she wanted to hold off on the physical, but that she was done with the FWB and wanted to know if I would do the same. Be exclusive. I didn't have a FWB situation. I wasn't seeing anyone else, and so I cool with it. I wasn't super excited that she was with a different guy, but it was in the past. She never brought it up again, and I was happy to never think about it again. Until my buddy dropped that nuclear bomb. My friend could only mutter dude, and got angry for being outed. He immediately texted my GF, who blew up my phone. My best friend's thoughts on that subject are, get over it. He was angry that our buddy outed him, but felt that it was funnier more than anything, and tried to joke we could share notes. I love my friend, but he's gross. He has a natural charm and can get with women, and somehow convinces them to do gross things. He will share bits and pieces of his escapades, and I'm now convinced some things he shared must have been with my GF. He's got a huge dong, which is another blow, given I'm average, I think. On one hand, he's fun and charming, but he'll openly admit that he likes his role as FWB and isn't looking for anything serious. So he's not too concerned with her pleasure or making her feel valued. On the other, he's into some weird things. I haven't seen my GF this week, as we were both busy. She knows I learned about the background. She sent a long text on Sunday, and it's basically, yeah, he and I banged. I'm with you now. Get over it. I'll see you Friday. I'm really kind of grossed out. The friend who outed the situation told me that I shouldn't get too upset, and another friend said it all had racial undertones. I feel really gross about it. My friend would occasionally mention things he did, and now I can't stop picturing it being my GF. Some dudes might get off on that. Others might be totally cool with it. I feel super awkward, inadequate, and gross. TLD, our best friend set me up with a great girl. We fell in love. Never mentioned that he had been her FWB for months before we got together, and they had one final night together between our first and second dates. Now it came out, and suddenly everyone's telling me to just forget it and move on, and there are racial undertones. I feel grossed out by all of it. I feel crazy since no one wants to talk about this. Relevant comments. If you had known about them being FWB before your first date, would you still have one on the date? If the answer is no, then I think you have your answer. At the end of the day, everyone involved lied to you and seemed to have no remorse about that, and were committed to continue lying until they got outed. Further, setting your friend up on a date, then banging the girl afterwards seems like a pretty shitty thing to do. OOP replied, no, I probably would have respectfully declined. Comment 2. I was expecting more apologies and shame from your GF. She told you to get over this thing they purposefully hid from you. They broke your trust and grossed you out, and now she's making you feel bad for it. Is that correct? OOP replied. She sent a series of long texts, basically saying she was sorry, and explained herself and what she had done, and then explained the situation and tried to reassure me. I didn't respond, and within 5 to 6 minutes she confirmed we are doing something Friday, and then said, we'll get past this. Let's look forward, not backwards. After that, I made perfunctory conversation, but she could tell I was annoyed/angry, and she said the above, basically look forward, not backward. Comment 3. What are the racial undertones? OOP replied, he's not white. I am white. Comment 4. I don't know if I understand. You both had sex lives before you met. You have no idea if they did gross things. That is in your head. I feel like if things are good, why would the past matter? OOP replied, normally, I can leave it there. My friend is gross. He'll convince girls to do some weird shit, and he's told me some of these things, and it feels weird that he and the girl he did weird things with are sitting in the same room, and that I have to see them. It's a constant weird reminder. He'll tell me things he's done with FWB, and I'm flabbergasted that a girl that isn't in a committed relationship was like, sure. They were banging for like a half a year before we got together, so I know he must have mentioned something weird he did with her, and now we all hang out at a restaurant like he didn't piss on her. I know for a fact that he did urine-related things with a girl, and that the overwhelming likelihood is I'm dating her. I also know of a number of other things he does/requests, and if they kept banging for 6 months, then it would have happened. Update. Thanks for everyone's advice. Definitely didn't break up. I couldn't go through with breaking it off. I read all the comments and had about 50 arguments with her in my head where I played both sides. Then I got ready to end it and dump her. But Wednesday, she was informed that there had been a horrible tragedy that rocked her whole family, and she was just beside herself. She was so upset that I had to call out of work at the end of the week to go be with her. She begged me not to leave, so I told her I would stay. I work in a field where I'm exposed to these kinds of issues on the regular, and was able to help her family navigate some common issues and help explain what happened. Her family is really not in a place to do anything right now. So I'm going to spend the rest of the weekend here as no one is eating or thinking clearly. And so they need some people who can help relieve some pressure. I had to call my friend because I didn't have some things I needed. So he went to my place, got everything, drove the 2 hours to bring it, and then offered to cover my shift on Monday so I could stay a bit longer. That's the kind of thing I meant when I said he was a good person. He'd drive 4 hours round trip and cover for you without expecting anything in return. Last night, GF was going to bring up the issue between us, but instead of having a difficult conversation in the midst of these circumstances, I asked that we just drop it. She wanted clarity, and I asked that we ignore it and move on. Act like I never found out. She agreed to that. She's been in need of a lot of emotional support, and she's been really struggling. But throughout everything, she's taken time to tell me how much she loves/appreciates/cares for me, and has thanked me repeatedly for helping out. I was helping her mom clean up from a meal, and she thanked me for all the help and told me some things my GF confided in her. It was very sweet and apropos of nothing. Her family has been incredibly welcoming and kind despite the circumstances and the fact that I only met them twice before all of this. It's a little weird to go from being at dinner at a restaurant and a family birthday to sleeping in their daughter's room and helping them understand complex issues. Altogether, it's really weird, and our issues feel a million miles away. I feel awkward about having considered breaking up with her. I had gone over it a million times in my head. I'm not sure how long she'll need me here for, or how long she intends to stay, so I guess I'm sleeping on her floor for a while yet. Does it suddenly not bother me? It still bothers me. Some people said that their behavior was inexcusable, and others said I was a dirtbag for bringing it up. I still feel like they lied to me. They knowingly didn't disclose what their relationship was. It had been sexual, and they said they were just distant acquaintances. Neither ever mentioned the entire time we were dating in the early phase that they had been going at it. Moreover, we had spent a lot of time together as a group, and they pretended to just be acquaintances. That feels really shitty to me. Really, really shitty. I still feel weird about being with someone my friend was with. I feel weird that we both know her in that way. I feel weird that her past is a constant reminder when we're together. When my friend came with my stuff, they interacted for a brief moment and made a feeble attempt at a light-hearted joke about it. It was awkward. I get that on the whole they are entirely wrong for each other, and we're just mutually bored. She wanted a relationship, and was with him until the right one came along. Unfortunately for me, the right one was me, and she was with my friend. I still find it gross. But, on the whole, I think I can get past the gross. I can get past the weird awkwardness. I have asked that this info never, ever, be shared with anyone who may not know. I have asked that the subject not be brought up again, and over text, I asked my friend why he thought we'd hit it off knowing their history. He wasn't apologetic per se, more of a, I told you so kind of thing, but did explain his rationale. I'm annoyed at my friend and annoyed at my GF, but she needs support, and so I need to put all the emotions away. I feel gross and unhappy in some ways, but in others I realize that she and I have a great thing. We share a lot of goals and are aligned on so many things. I know she loves me, and I her. I'll get over the dick size differential eventually, and hopefully she's not secretly harboring resentment that I'm not hung like a Clydesdale. So, long way of saying nothing changed. Proceeding as if I never found out, and pushing my emotions down. Best way to operate for me. TLDR, I was going to dump her. I doubt I could have gone through with it. But she suffered a horrific family tragedy, and I am supporting her. She confided in me how she feels about me. And it's clear she needs me right now, so I am pretending I never found out, and she has agreed to act like I never found out. I'll work through my problems over time, and we'll just stop talking about it. And hopefully time makes it better. Top comments. Staying because of trauma is not a good thing. You can support her and be her friend, but it sounds like you're not going to get over that dirty feeling, and going forward that will resurface. Advice is to get her through this in a platonic way, and then take a break. Are you both really what you want? If so, start over and rebuild, but do it on your own terms with complete transparency. Oop reply. Staying only because of the trauma would be a mistake, but without the trauma, I'm not sure I would have dumped her. It's really easy to say, yeah, fuck her, when I'm shaving or in the car driving. It's another when you're face to face with someone and you remember all of the reasons why you liked and loved them in the first place. Comment 2. You're trying your hardest to sweep this matter under the rug, and guess what? It won't work. Why? Because she will eventually get past her current personal issues, meaning that it won't be at the forefront anymore. So you'll have one less excuse to avoid this topic. This matter will resurface, whether it's in an argument that you have with her that reminds you of it, a random discussion with her about any topic that shares similar details, or a one keyword that serves a trigger for you. You're delaying the inevitable and using her trauma as a lame attempt to act as if what her and your so-called best friend did isn't a problem when you know that is. Good luck, because you're going to need it if this is your method of dealing with those two people. Comment 3. He's such a good friend, he lied to you for 6 months whilst him and your other friends laughed behind your back. But he drove 4 hours and did one shift, so all forgotten, hey? I hope this works out for you, but honestly, they happily lied repeatedly to your face, and you didn't know, so you aren't going to know when they do it again. You chose ignorance, and they know now you're cool with it. If it was before you met, would be fine, as it's their past. But he set you up and slept with her again. He isn't a good guy. At the very least, you need new friends. She isn't much better. He replies speaks volumes. Wonder how she'd react if this was the other way around? Comment 4. They're making jokes together about it, when it's just the 3 of you? Jesus. Seriously, before reading this sub, I had no idea there were people like you out there that have such little self-respect. Hopefully you will wake up one day, soon, and realize that you're a doormat for your GF and best friend. Comment 5. Dude, she banged your best friend between your guys' first and second date, but made you wait for months. Can you ever truly get over that? It's one thing if they slept together before she met you, but she fucked him after meeting you. Can you really sweep that under the rug?